AITA for not paying my mom rent. I'm 20, work full-time and live at home. When I was 18, my mom indirectly kicked me out during my final year of high school by asking for €500 a month in rent, even though I was barely earning anything and trying to save for college. When I started college, I had to move out since my family lives too far from any college to commute. I was on a government grant, receiving €150 every 2 weeks, but it was tough to manage. I had to work full-time while also studying full-time. Meanwhile, my mom was receiving €150 a week in child support for me and another €150 for my younger brother, but I didn't get any financial support from her. Balancing work and school became overwhelming, and this year I had to drop out because my grant was denied due to higher earnings, rent prices increased, and I couldn't keep up with working 45-hour weeks plus 25 hours of classes. Now, I'm back living with my mom, working full-time and saving as much as I can. My mom is nearly 50 and works as a bartender like me, but she only does 20 hours a week, claiming she's too old for more. While I'm working 50+ hours, she feels entitled to my earnings. She drinks and smokes weed daily, and even though she owns the house outright and has 6 acres of land, she complains she doesn't have money to turn it into a B&B like she planned. She built a cabin but lets her boyfriend live there rent-free, and sometimes even gives him money for drinks or smokes. The house is falling apart, there are rats in the walls, and when I returned, my bedroom was in terrible shape. There was no bed frame, black mold under the mattress, and a filthy carpet. I had to buy a new bed frame, mattress, and carpet with my own money, but my mom complained that I had enough disposable income to afford those things. Now, she's asking me for €100 to €150 a week in rent, which I feel is unfair. She refuses to work more hours, gave her B&B away rent-free, and let the house deteriorate while I wasn't living here. I already cover all my own food, laundry, and personal expenses, and contribute minimally to household costs like utilities. I don't mind helping her out, but I think asking for that much rent is unreasonable given the situation. Am I wrong for not wanting to pay it? Or at least not in cash? It's very difficult for me to just leave as I have a 14-year-old brother who frankly if I don't make sure he doesn't get into trouble my mom just leaves him to his own devices. He misses a lot of school and has had a couple run-ins with the cops. She feeds him and cares about him but she's just not responsible enough to parent him right now. She wasn't always like this. My dad basically stripped her of all her life's work and worth and left her with very little money or prospects, and since then she's delved much deeper into her vices and insecurities. Note, I didn't receive any of the child support she was getting from me from my dad despite being a child in need of support while living alone trying to get an education at college. The total of the child support that I didn't see a cent of would be roughly €12,000 Oregon $13,000. Edit, a reason for this may be because she is no longer receiving $150 a week from my dad as I am no longer attending college, which has probably put a financial strain on her. Edit part 2. My dad divorced my mom, took me and my brother off his will, sold his businesses and left the country after cutting ties with me and my family. My mom is currently in a legal dispute over the sale of businesses as she saw nothing from them despite contributing largely to them. So no, my dad's help is not an option. Note, Uda, because you're an adult and need to pay rent. Yes, I know. This isn't what the post is about. I have no issue with paying rent. I'm not giving her money ATM because I want to figure out a way I can support her financially without funding her addictions. If you think that's being an asshole, that's fine. Just be aware I'm not complaining about needing to pay rent. I've been paying for rent for the past 3 years. I don't expect free accommodation.